Hello everyone, my name is MenOfWar and welcome to an introduction to IFTTT. I'll call it IFTTT to make it more simple for me, okay guys? So IFTTT is basically a service or a website that we can use to get all the information from the RSS feed, treat it and send it over to the Discord server using the Webhooks. If you watch my previous video, you can see there that I used Zapier instead of IFTTT, and I thought Zapier was great, and it looked great. The problem with Zapier is that, like, when you create an account, you see that you have a premium trial for like 7 days, and they don't tell you that, hey, when that premium is over and you get your free plan, you get 100 tasks per month. What does it mean? Like, it means that every time one of our RSS feeds is triggered and we see it on our Discord server, it uses one of these tasks, and if it gets to 100, it doesn't work anymore. You need to wait for the month to be over to get it working again. And if you follow a website or a subreddit that is really active, like, it doesn't need much. You'll get more than 100 tasks per month. And that's when I started investigating again and I found this website, which is actually pretty good. The main difference, let's say, or the other difference, is that Zapier, it triggers every 15 minutes or so, and IFTTT triggers every hour. That's If you watch then the Zapier video, I'll leave a timeline in the description where you can skip the part where I explain everyone how to get the RSS feeds and how to implement them, and I'll show you how to pass all your zaps from Zapier and make them work on IFTTT. Okay, so you may be wondering, what the hell is an RSS feed? An RSS feed, basically, it's built in a way that it will trigger a service every time something new is posted. So let's say I want to follow this subreddit from Escape from Tarkov, and every time a new post is made on Reddit, I want to get it on my Discord server so I can easily see something new is posted. Same, like, say, here on PC Gamer, every time a new announcement is made, every time they put some news on, I want to see it on my Discord server. Well, it is really simple to make this work. So on Steam groups, it also works with Steam games. So you want to follow player unknowns and check out the new updates to the game, it works the same way. So for Steam groups, you go here into subscribe to RSS feed. You need to be in the announcements tab. You'll get this website with some XML code in it. And what you need is the actual URL. In order to get it from games, best thing is go to your library, click on the game you want to follow, click here on Community Hub, and then you need to click in one of the news that they posted. This is like general discussions for their discussions or forum, and this is an actual announcement they made. You click on it and you have here on the right side, subscribe to our RSS feed. Clicking on it brings this page, and you right click it, copy paste URL, and that's the feed you need. To make it work with Discord, you will need something called a webhook. So let me bring Discord up. It tells me that I have streamer mode on, so let's disable that. You go into your Discord server where you want the posts to be made, and you need to be, I think, at least administrator in that server. You click on the top left in the name of your server, you go into server settings. On the left you can see webhooks, and here you'll probably see nothing, so you want to create a new webhook. You can give your webhook a name, so I'll just call it IFTTT testing. You select the channel where you want the RSS feed to be posted. So I'm gonna say, for example, the off topic. You can add a nice icon to your webhook, and this is a URL you'll need later on. So let's keep it open for now. Going into IFTTT, you just go to ifttt.com, you create an account, and then you'll see this. In here we go to my applets, and you can see here I already have one that I did for some testing, but let's create a new one. You can see this text here. So if this, we click in this, and now we want to find RSS feed. So in my case it is already here. If you cannot see it here, you just type RSS and you click it. In here we want every time a new item is in the feed, and in the feed URL we want that link. So I told you how to get it for Steam groups and Steam games. For Reddit, it's really simple. You go into your subreddit, you click on the link on the top, you click in the, you type .rss, enter, and you get your XML code that you need to make it work. So we go back into IFTTT and we paste the feed URL. In this case, I'll do it for the Reddit page or subreddit. We click continue and then we want to click on that. In here, we need to look for webhooks. There's only one option, which is make a web request, and now we have the URL. The URL is the one URL that Discord gives to us. We copy it, and now I can save it. You can save it later on as well, and you just go into edit and you just go into webhook URL. So I copy it and I paste it here. The method will be post. Content type needs to be application JSON, and now the body. The body, I'll put it in the description of the video. It needs to be something like this. So it needs to have a username and a content. The username will be the username of your Discord webhook, which is, in my case, it's IFTTT testing. And the content is the content of the message you want. If we click in add ingredient, we can see the type of information that we get from this RSS feed. And for this step, I'm going to show you how it works on Zapier, because Zapier provides us an interface that allows us to see the content of the RSS feed itself. I'm going to use the one from here, which is one for a Reddit as well. So clicking here, I can see like the content, and we can see more stuff here than on the other side, but that's mostly because a lot of stuff here does not matter or it's duplicated. So on IFTTT, I can see I have entry title, the URL, the author, which is the guy who posted it, and the content. And everything else, for me, it doesn't really matter. In this example, I'm simply creating RSS feed or a webhook where it posts the title, and in that title I have the URL linked. So it will look like something like this. I'm going to close it. I'm going to show you guys something like this. You have the title, and if I click it, I go into the Reddit thread. In this case, it's for Dota 2. Going back into IFTTT, I want to then add the entry title, and I want to delete this content part and add the URL. And now inside these quotes, so these two quotes, it's where you want to add the message on Discord. On Discord, to make it work like the hyperlink that you saw before, you add the square brackets in the text and then the normal brackets right after in the URL. And you cannot have a space in it. So right now it has no space. I create the action, and you can even receive notifications when the applet works. I don't want it, and I finish it, and it will tell you, hey, you have a new applet. So you can just check it now, and it will tell me, hey, the applet is checked. If there's something wrong with it, you'll get information here that your applet is not working. Unfortunately, I cannot trigger it right now, so I cannot really show you guys it working unless something new is posted in this subreddit. And again, it takes like an hour for it to refresh. So let's say I created this applet now, and until 11/22 there are like 4 or 5 new postings on the subreddit of Escape from Tarkov. Don't worry, it will show all those for like in a bundle. Like you can see here that at 9:14 it posted 2 of them. And that's pretty much it. Like if you want to add it for something else, you just get the RSS feed of it, you go into your applets, and you can create as many as you want. If you used Zapier before, it is really simple to make it work. Create a new applet on IFTTT, we click this, click RSS feed, we go into Zapier and click on edit options in our feed. We get the feed URL. We click here on IFTTT, the new feed item. We paste the feed URL here. We create a trigger. We go into that. We search for webhooks. Make a web request. And now on Zapier, we go back on the post action, edit template. We copy the URL of our webhook. We paste it here. Method is post. Content type is application JSON. And in the body, we're going to need a code where that I'll post into the description box. We go into Zapier. Our username is the same as in here. So instead of this username in caps lock, I'm gonna paste this one. And in content, it's gonna be a bit different. So in this case, I'm adding this in a way that it shows the title and then it links to it directly. So to make it easier to copy, I'm gonna disable the preview. I'm gonna copy this and I'm gonna paste inside this content here. And we see it like little weird, like these two brackets and then the title, whatever. We delete this, and in here we add the ingredient for title, and in here it's gonna be the link. So I delete this and I add the URL. I create the action, and that's pretty much it. That's done. If you want to create something a bit more complex, the best way to check which kind of information the RSS provides is still to use Zapier, because you cannot really preview it here on IFTTT. So what I'm doing right now is I come into Zapier, I provide the RSS feed, like I create a Zap normally, and in here I can see which kind of information I get, and then in IFTTT I can simply use that information, check the ingredients. For example, the entry content in this case is the description, and I can just treat it like I normally treat it on Zapier. What's important to know is that the information or the actual body or content of the message on Discord, you need to place it here between these two quotes at the end. Do not change content, do not change username, change everything else like in here. Otherwise, if you don't do it like this, it will not work. Okay guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please leave it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to not miss any future video that I'll be posting. I have now a Discord server. You can find the information in the description below. There you can find me and other fellow subscribers, have a chat, and also seek for any help you need for this or other videos I have. If you have any suggestions for videos that I should make in the future, please leave a comment in the comment section below and I'll tend to it. I love you all, and I'll see you next time.